Here we are again. We're on our way to 6. All right. Let's see what we can do here. If I push that button. Ooh, it's me again. All right. Now, 6 is going to be talking about the worlds. It's going to be talking about the works, the other W word. Works is about the interior part of us. And this idea of trying to reach Zion. Zion is another word for this spiritual side of us. All right. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion and trust in the mountain of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came. All right. These are the things. It's really kind of cool. On the 6th one, make sure I come to the right place. Amos 6, and about Zion. The first 3 of this idea, the 1, 2, and the 3, put far away. It's for those people that put their evil day. But this is this idea of thinking of things as being violent, and so that's been put off until something later, or when that day comes. They made it into something evil. The end of times is a beautiful time. It's a rebirth of the body, and you go from being dead in the world to being alive, and these are beautiful things that happen. And so in this world, we also get a 4. We get a number 4 out of the worlds here, starting at number 4. And it says that lie upon beds of ivory and stretch themselves on couches and eat the lambs of the flock and the calves out of the midst of the stall. So here on number 4, we get a full-fledged business of the worlds right off the bat, all within itself. It's about a person that lies in the bed of ivory and stretches themselves upon their couches and eats the lamb of the flock. That's our brother. This is the child. This is like that Moloch, setting up the Moloch. And we eat the calves out of the midst of the stall before they even get in there, before we even go and do anything. All of this is happening on the outside. They chant sounds with a viol, and they make music to themselves like David. And they drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with anointments, and they are not grieved for the affection of Joseph. Now, that's usually what you have to do. This grieving. 6 is this idea of coming in suck. 6 is the idea of bringing everything alive. And so what we get here is you said you're drinking your wine out of bowls and you're putting the anointments on the outside of you. Ain't going to work. All right. Therefore shall they go captive. This is what he's saying. They got it all wrong. Therefore they go captive. Go captive. All right. And the banquet of them is stretched to themselves shall be removed, which means you don't get to, that was reserved for you, the 7th, the day of the Lord, the day of rest, this day that you are fed correctly, this, gone, removed. The Lord God had sworn by himself, saith the Lord, the God of the host, I abhor the excellency of Jacob, and I hate his palaces. Therefore, I will deliver up the city and all that is within. This is number 8. This thing they're talking about Jacob. This is Jacob's ladder. This is this idea that he abhorred the excellency of Jacob, and he hated his palaces. Jacob has the well. Jacob has all these things, and this is an outside situation. We've heard that if you drink from Jacob's well, you're not going to quench your thirst. So this is, abhorring the excellency of Jacob. And 8 is again the world and all of those people that are in there, the elders, the 4 and 20. That's Jacob's children. Those are the tribes of Israel. So there's forsaking this. This is what 8 is. Okay, so and it shall come to pass if there remain 10 men in one house, that they shall die. Remember at the beginning when we were talking about, this shall leave this and this and this and this, and then at the end there'll be nothing but 10 left, and this is what it means. And so if you've got a good thing going on, you got mother and father in the house, then you've got a male energy on one side and you've got the female energy on the other. So and this is still talking about the works, but there's this idea that if you have 2 sets of men, am I saying 5? Is this 5 or 4? I think it's 10 men. So it'd be 5 on one side and 5 on the other. If there are 5 men, then the person has to die. That's because those 5 men are coming out of the left side of our brain. And that's our lower conscious, and that's male. And so everything becomes male, and that represents our body, our mind on religion. All right? And it says, and a man's uncle will have to take us up, and he that burneth him, to bring out the bones of the house. And he says unto them by the sides of the house, he says, Is there yet any with thee? And he shall say, No. Then he shall say, Hold thy tongue, for we may not make mention of the name of the Lord. So what happens is when this person died, he was delivered up by his uncle. That's what your brother becomes your uncle now, because you're dead. You're supposed to be alive when you do this. And your guy can say, yeah, did you bring someone up with you? No. Well, it's like, well, then, you have to go back. You're on your way back again, because your buddy needs to have a partner with them. That's the 2 witnesses that go before the Lord. Let's see. Behold, I commandeth. Shall horses run upon the rock? Question. Will one plow there with oxen? For ye have turned judgment into gall. So it's made something beautiful into something a little incomprehensible, maybe not incomprehensible. Gall is like, just, unabided, it's unleashed craziness in some way. And what would be called the fruits of righteousness, which is a beautiful thing of this eating the fruits, of your works into hemlock. You're making it to be kind of, just gross and nasty and poisonous. Just the whole idea that this fruit is on the vine, and made it. This is also is illegal. You're making it. You're going to release demons, and you don't go there. So religion is this idea of taking you away from God. And it says here on number 13, which represents the worlds again. Okay, number 13, ye which rejoice in a thing of naught. Remember, if it's going to be that later on, this place is not going to be there. You're going to rejoice in a thing of naught, which say, have we not taken to us horns by our own strength? These are the devil's horns that we're talking about, all right? By our own strength. But behold, I will raise up against you a nation, O house of Israel, saying the Lord God of hosts, and they shall afflict you from entering into whatever unto the river of the wilderness. Anyways, it's another block. It's another situation. I think about those horns. The horns are on the ram. And so this is where you get our picture of the devil from. And those horns represent your 2 horns. This represents religion and the man, the father. This is father, the devil. All right. Okay. That was easy.